is the gap between the Seahawks and 49ers? Because, Bump, the 49ers.
Stacey, you're so rude.
The 49ers.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Bump.
How's
How
your
are you? Tell me
weekend?
about your weekend.
Gosh,
That's what I
man.
said. You didn't even
you're
let me
so
get to
straight
it.
to
My
business.
question was going to be, how big is the gap between the Seahawks and 49ers? But more importantly, how are you?
Are you mad at me?
But how are
you? Mad at
you?
me?
Look.
Come on, man.
Stop. First
it's
of all,
Monday.
That's how we're starting my podcast. Is going to be asking if you're mad at me every time. But secondly, Bump, tell us all about your weekend, because I hear that you got a little bit of a delay in an airport.
I did get a delay. Weekend was horrible. Cougs lost. I'm watching the Rangers, and my Dodgers got smashed. I was actually in LA for that.
Did.
It was bad. But thanks for asking.
I hear you yelled at a lady.
I didn't yell at her. Don't do that.
Whoa.
Don't do that. I don't even yell at the women in my house.
Oh, I know why you yelled at
Bump
somebody.
didn't yell at her, but tell us about your interaction with the fellow Dodgers fan.
I'm at Top Golf watching the game, and this lady looks at me. She goes, "They can still do this."
They were down what?
They're down 9-0 in the third or something like that. I go, "No, they can't. It's over." And then she just turns around.
Not even friendly.
Like,
no, they can't.
Like, don't even.
Shut up.
You don't know ball.
Yeah. Just to a stranger.
How was your weekend, Stacey?
Mine was wonderful. I went to a place to specifically to try what I was told was the best fried chicken in the state.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
Was it KFC?
No. Let's see. I watched. Here's what was fun. Don't take this for granted, football fans. I got to watch Red Zone all day. Something that none of us, the three of us, don't get to do because we work on game days, obviously. And like work multiple hours on game day. So it's not like you get to lay in bed, watch Red Zone, and then turn on the Seahawks game. Like we're at the stadium. So watching Red Zone, I was like, oh my God, I forgot how good this is. Like, it was amazing.
So you got to use it for that 1 week. You subscribed for that 1 week.
I subscribed to Red Zone to be able to use it for the bye and then for like Monday night
email
games.
addresses have you used to do the 1 week subscription for Red Zone?
Good question.
How many Stacey Ross?
You know what
are
I've
there
actually
on
done, and I
Gmail
recommend
right
this for anyone that has Hulu. It is cheaper to do just an add-on sports package if you already have like Hulu than it is to just buy Red Zone as a package.
It comes with Fubo, doesn't it?
I don't have Fubo.
now? I think if you buy the sports package,
It's like $10 for a
I'm
sports
subscribing
package.
for too much, and I got Hulu, I got Fubo.
Yeah.
What else? I got HBO Max.
Too many things.
Too many.
Frankly, too many things.
Yeah.
Let's see. I watched a lot of TV. I caught up with Love Is Blind.
Mm-hmm. Skin real.
You know, the season's a little disappointing.
Is it?
Yeah, it really is. But I digress. Now I'll dive back into it. Let's talk about the 49ers, because, Bump, here's the part of my weekend. I know that you had some bad spots with your Dodgers getting absolutely whooped by the Diamondbacks, getting stuck in the airport, missing out on a coffee that you ordered, et cetera, et cetera. However, the only dark side to my weekend was that the 49ers look like a Super Bowl team.
They look good.
I didn't enjoy watching that. I enjoyed watching a good football team until I realized they're wearing red and gold.
Yeah, I enjoy, me being an offensive guy, I enjoy watching the way Kyle Shanahan dials things up, the way he sets them up. Christian McCaffrey now is, 14 consecutive games with a touchdown. Yeah, you enjoy it until you realize you got to see that twice a year. If the 49ers can stay healthy, they should be favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. That's how deadly they are. George Kittle is just getting going. First time scoring a touchdown this year, he dropped 3 of them things in there. They look good. They look good.
I really, really don't like it. So I think that a way to start the show isn't just by praising the 49ers and talking about how great they look, but obviously we're here in Seattle. So how can the Seahawks catch up? How can they narrow this gap? Where's the advantage? You got to face them twice in 4 weeks. Not like in 4 weeks, but you are facing them twice in a span of 4 games.
Yeah.
That's not fun. So how do you close that gap, and how do you make sure that you get there? We're going to start with the conversation about Brock Purdy himself. Kyle Shanahan on his quarterback.
He was really good. Everybody was pretty good. But thought he missed one throw throughout the day, from what it seemed like. Just a little behind BA in the first quarter on one, and everything else seemed pretty flawless. He did a great job. There's a real good pass rush, some tight coverages. Guys gave him some time, and also the guys made a lot of plays too.
So when the season started, I was not consoling myself, like I wasn't in cope mode, but I was telling myself, look, most people are picking the 49ers to win the division, but Seattle has the advantage at quarterback. I very much overlooked Brock Purdy's potential with this team. And it's not that I was doubting that he could get something done. I just thought it's the system. It's the system. It's the system. This dude's still making plays.
Right. It's always – here's the thing when people say it's the system. Every quarterback is in a system, right? And teams draft or pick guys to play for the organizations that they feel can fit that system. So, yeah, the system has a lot to do with it. But you also look at Brock Purdy. You look at his feet in the pocket. Look at how he buys himself time. He's still looking down the field. You're looking at the way he anticipates these throws. And he's comfortable out there. You know what scared me the most? It wasn't the 3 touchdowns to Kittle. It was not the connection to Brandon Ayuk early. It was him making these plays and then flexing on fools. And I'm thinking, goodness gracious, we are watching a monster being created right in front of our very eyes. Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Humble. I went to Iowa. We talked to Brock Hewitt right now. Mr. My arms are too short. I don't look like the prototypical quarterback, but I'm making these plays, and I'm seeing his confidence grow more and more, and I'm thinking, goodness gracious.
I would love this story were it not with the 49ers. And when I look at Seattle, I think Seattle can start packing more of a punch if some of the improvements we saw on defense are real. Like, that's kind of what I'm looking at moving forward, right? If we have the Seahawks defense that was in week 1 or at times in 2 and 3, at times, the 49ers are carving you up.
Right.
No problem. If you get an improved version of the defense, this is a tougher battle. So I'm curious to see, when they come out against the Bengals, move forward against the Browns and the Ravens in the next 4 weeks here. What does that defense look like? What actually carries over from that game against the Giants?
Yeah, and the thing about what carries over, what is true, what's not true, is I look at who they're playing, and there's no one who really does what the 49ers do except for the Los Angeles Rams, and guess what they did to the Seahawks? They beat them 30-13.